I don't understand this obsession with oversharing. I don't understand this obsession with transparency, like in all areas of your life. And when I see people oversharing online, I actually feel nervous for them. I'm like, baby, what? It's too much. And then if you're not vulnerable, if you're not crying online, you're not relatable. What the fuck? Stop talking. And that's all I have to say.
Let's talk about that emotional hangover after you overshare. What if oversharing isn't you being too much? It's your nervous system asking for connection. Have you ever walked away from a conversation and been like, oh my God, why did I just spew all my trauma and explain my attachment style from A to Z? That's not just a lack of boundaries. It's your body is looking for regulation. When we feel unsafe or disconnected, our nervous system may go into fawn mode, the part of the stress response that seeks safety through people-pleasing, caretaking, or even over-disclosing. So that flow of words, or maybe verbal diarrhea of words, is your body's way of saying, please see me, please make me feel safe. You weren't being dramatic, you were seeking co-regulation. So here's what to do after you overshare. Don't shame yourself. The shame is only going to reinforce that disconnection. Regulate first, reflect and analyze later. Place a hand on your body, shake it out, dance around, release that excess energy. Ask your body, keep sneezing. Ask your body, what was it that I needed in that moment? Was it to be seen? Was it to be understood? Was it to be witnessed? And that's your cue for repair with yourself and not punishment. And the next time, check for capacity before you share. Does this person feel safe? Do I feel numb? Do I feel tense? Do I feel open? And that'll be your cue of knowing in real time, in that moment, how to proceed. Because oversharing isn't a flaw, it's a nervous system strategy. And it doesn't mean you have to dim or shut down your expression. It just means you need to bring your body with you. I'm Megan. Follow for more somatic sexology insights, embodiment, and erotic education.
And yeah, I agree. We shouldn't be shaming ourselves for something that we just did. It's okay. It's already done. It's in the past. But what can we learn from that past? I want you to stop giving away your life, like your life story to people who haven't earned it yet, people who don't trust, or simply just because you want to keep something to yourself as something private to your heart, and you just spilled it to somebody else, and you wanted to really keep that thing secret, but you didn't because you just spilled the tea so quickly, and you said everything, maybe to build trust, maybe to fill in the gap because the silence was too awkward and the other person didn't fill in the silence, but you did it. And that shows to the other person that you're first need validation, second, you're insecure about yourself, or maybe if they are genuine, they will listen to you, but maybe someday people change. Like in future, they will be thinking like, maybe I don't like that person that much, or maybe you do something to protect your privacy, or you put boundaries in future, or you change, but you already overshared. They will use it as a weapon against you because they know already too much about you. Because people change. I cannot guarantee you. You cannot guarantee me. We change. That's human nature. The only basic stuff that we know about nature of life is always changing. There is nothing fixed. So, what I'm trying to say here, do not rush to fill the silence with some parts of your life. And if you want to keep some things to yourself, be free to keep them to yourself. You don't need always to be so true. And that's what I shared in another video. You can lie to people if you don't want to say something. You can stay silent, and that's okay. You have a lot of options other than betraying yourself. And it's really betrayal, but we don't have to shame ourselves about this betrayal because it's already done. It's okay, but it's a new contract that we are having with ourselves right now to not share everything with everybody.
Have y'all ever been talking to somebody and then get like an instant feeling of regret because you realize you just overshared? And then it haunts you all day long because you gave a person information that they did not need, that they did not need to know. Well, that happened to me today, and I have been thinking about it since it happened. Like, damn, girl, why didn't you keep your mouth shut? Why did you need to say that? Like, why do you talk so much?
I don't don't know who needs to hear this, but don't you tell that man all your business. And this is coming from the oversharers of the oversharer. Y'all, it does not work. It does not work out for you. Do not tell that man all your business. If he's one of those type of men that likes to talk and ask you all these questions, that is a sign for you to hush. I'm trying to tell y'all now, because I was in a situation and I thought like, oh, he's so easy to talk to and I can just tell him anything. Y'all, I'm just telling him all about my exes and all of the things, y'all, and then realize after time went by, and I'm like, dang, I really gave him ammo. I really gave him things to use against me. I really told him the type of person that I was in the past. Y'all, do not overshare. I'm trying to tell you, in 2025, baby, I'm gonna be the most mysterious person you've ever met, okay? I'm telling you now, do not overshare. Just stop talking. Just stop talking. You should be doing more listening than you are doing talking, okay? Bye.
If you are a pretty girl and you are an oversharer, you are your own poison. Your ops don't have to do the work. Your jealous and envious friends don't have to do anything. You are handing everything to them on a silver platter. You are giving your haters, silent haters and public haters, a play-by-play of everything. And I think when you're a pretty girl, because you have a pretty essence, you don't really realize the harm in this because you would never do this to someone. But the people that are silently and loudly jealous of you can use all of this information as ammo, can use all of this information to backfire on you. And sometimes you think you're oversharing to someone who's truly a friend, who's truly someone genuine in your life, when in reality, they're a secret hater, they're a secret op, and they're using all of that. They're taking it all in, they're delivering it to other people, or they're keeping it for whenever they need it. So pretty girls, I urge you, quit with the oversharing. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think the only two people you should be oversharing to are your therapist and to God. Because in reality, those are the only two people that can help you. Even your best friend, your mom, your sister, whatever, all they can say is, oh, sorry about that. Yes, open up to people that you care about and that you love, but oversharing is never a good thing. And it's often very overwhelming for the person receiving it. Save it for your therapist and God. I promise you, you'll be better off. Say I didn't warn you. I love you guys. Stay pretty.
Your life is not a community project and not everybody needs access to it. So here's how to stop oversharing from a chronic oversharer. Get comfortable with silence in conversations. I used to overshare a lot because I did not like the awkward silence when no one was talking, so I just started oversharing random things. Don't do that. Get okay with the silence. Breathe, take a pause, take a drink, have a sip of coffee, but just let the silence be and naturally something will come up. Wait to share things. First, ask yourself, did they ask me about this that I want to share it? And B, do I want to share this because it's something that I want to actually share? Or do I just feel the emotions of it right now and I just want to talk about it with someone? Those are two completely different things. So when you want to share something, pause and ask yourself, did they ask me about this? Do I actually want to share this? Or am I just feeling heightened emotions and I want to talk about it? When you feel like oversharing, ask them another question about themselves. This helps take your brain off of the focus of you and puts it on them. And by then, you are in a new conversation about something completely different and you find yourself not oversharing as much. It is very hard to not overshare, especially when you feel comfortable with someone, but it is such a bad habit. So that is what I'm working on. Those are things that you can do to help you not overshare so frequently, especially to people that you're not super close with. Those are ways that are helping me not overshare. And honestly, when you leave a conversation and you didn't overshare, you asked the other person more about them, you were interested in them, it feels so good because you feel like you were polite, you were genuine, and you didn't just blabble this person's ear off about things they didn't ask about. So let me know in the comments, are you a chronic oversharer like me? And if so, what are some things that you do to help you not overshare?
Okay, you're about to overshare. You're about to overshare again. Stop it. Let me help you stop oversharing permanently in 90 seconds. Before you share your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your next move with a random stranger on a train in New York City, let me help you stop this bad habit. As a former habitual oversharer, who's now perhaps the most private person I know, here are 3 questions I ask myself before I divulge any information to anybody. Number 1, has this person earned access to this information, or did they just be nice to me? Not everyone who's nice to you deserves access to every information that's in your head. Number 2, If this person shares this information tomorrow, will I be okay with it? If this person goes on social media tomorrow and tell all my personal business, will I be okay with that? Be honest. And that's happened to me. And last but not least, will sharing this help me in any shape or form, or does it just give me temporary emotional relief? When we've gone through a lot of trauma in life, we tend to conflate vulnerability and emotional dumping, and they're very different. If the answer to all three of those questions are negative, keep your mouth shut. Privacy is not secrecy, it's intelligence. Use it wisely. I believe in you, and I pray you always believe in yourself. Stay fabulous. Bye-bye.
I'm currently going through a breakup right now. My siblings all hate each other, but parents got divorced when I was around like 3.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mop right here.
Okay, have you ever been in a custody battle? Because I'm going through that right now. Go ahead and scan it right there. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm raising my sister's kid. And he technically cheated on me with his sister. My ex-husband, he's just like not the best dad. You know how that goes?
Yeah.
Just something crazy. I'm actually going to court. We hook up every week, so.
You know what? I'm getting a phone call.
I'll tell you when you get back, because you have to know about his cousin getting involved.
One of my biggest accomplishments is successfully learning the art of telling someone enough about you without telling them about you. And let me explain. So basically, anytime I meet somebody, they ask me where I'm from, what I do, you know, like even super personal questions. I give them a very vague answer that is gonna feed into their curiosity while still retaining my privacy. Some people have told me it's a defense mechanism for being like betrayed and stuff and having people spread my business or people just using my business against me. But defense mechanism or not, learning that you don't have to tell everybody your business is like one of the best things you can do for yourself. Like you can ask for help or you can tell someone about an accomplishment without telling them exactly what it is. You can tell someone your plans without telling them every key detail. Because people will really sit up here and prey on your downfall, like literally prey on your downfall.
In order to have a strong sense of self, it's really important to have a strong sense of privacy and just knowing when to allow people into your thoughts and your ideas and when to maybe hone those in further. Because sometimes I feel like we don't really give ourselves the chance to hone a strong sense of self when we have an idea and we start asking for other people's opinions right away and we start asking for other people's thoughts. We never get that chance to give weight to our own thoughts and ideas when we bring other people into it too early. And I think that's one thing that is so key for a strong sense of self is having weight to your thoughts and ideas. And it's almost like a brick. You have your own thought, and then if you add in someone else's opinion and you add in someone else's projection and someone else saying, you know, this or that, it's like you have a weight of energy or a brick of energy, but you're diluting it with other people. And when it's just your own thought, your own action, your own idea, and you're not searching around for other people's reactions, for other people, you know, to get excited for you, when you're not dependent on that and you get that chance to explore something yourself, that brings about a very strong sense of self. And if you are feeling disconnected from yourself in any way, I would say keeping ideas and thoughts maybe a little bit closer to yourself, at least for a time while you hone it, can be really, really helpful. Every time you let other people into things that you're excited about, it's not that other people are going to necessarily hate on it or anything like that, but they're likely to give unsolicited advice or unsolicited opinions or project how other people are doing certain things on your idea, and you don't really get that chance to hone it and give it your own energy. And the most important part of any thought or any idea that you have is bringing yourself into it. And when you never really are giving it that chance because you start asking for other opinions and other people's perspectives right away, you don't really get that chance to hone in your sense of self. And that's why I also feel like sometimes when we're out and about in conversation and someone asks our thoughts or someone asks our opinions, it's like we freeze and we can't think of anything. I think part of that can be that we haven't really honed that process ourselves. So when someone asks us on the fly for thoughts and opinions, it can actually be very difficult to come up with it right away because you're not used to developing that on your own.
I just posted an episode of my podcast, Pretty Enlightened, about what to do if you overshared with the wrong person. And I think the number one takeaway from everything I said is if you overshare, do not try to backtrack and do not try to do damage control. Because if you shared this information with someone and they're manipulative, you backtracking and trying to do damage control is actively giving the information that you shared value in that person's eyes. A manipulative person sees that and thinks, okay, clearly you don't want this information out. Clearly I can use this. Clearly this triggers you or is personal to you, or it's just something that I can weaponize. Versus if you just remain neutral and say and do nothing afterwards, it gives the information less value and less weight. I genuinely think like the worst thing you could do is backtrack and be like, well, please don't tell anyone that I told you this. Like, please don't tell anyone. Or the next day, bring it up and be like, let's just keep that between us. Because when they're manipulative, if they hear that, the first thing that they're thinking is, okay, I can use this against you, clearly. Versus remaining neutral makes the information just seem like it carries less weight, less importance, less value, and they're less likely to remember it or hold on to it. Manipulative people will collect information about you from times that you've overshared or just shared as bonding and keep it as like a file cabinet in their brain for when they need to use it against you. And the number one thing that's going to come up for them if they need to make you look some type of way or manipulate you is the thing that you so desperately were asking them to keep between the two of you or conceal. The last thing that's going to come up is the thing that you were very neutral about that was a one-off comment that you never brought up again. So remember, remain neutral, don't panic, and don't show fear, because manipulative people can smell fear.
Y'all want to know people I'm jealous of? People that don't ask for other people's opinions. I cannot imagine a world where I make a decision by myself. Like, anything happens in my life, I need to tell my best friends. I need to tell my friend. I need to tell my mother. I need to tell someone. I can't. I'm a yapper. People who are like, oh, I move in silence. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. I don't know how to do it. And I've accepted that about myself. I'm not going to force it. It feels like you are holding me in chains. If there's something that I need to get off my chest and you don't let me get it off. Oh, you don't. I need you to let me get it off. I need to share. I can't keep a secret. Okay, I can keep a secret. Because honestly, my best friend's husband now, ended up like not telling me he was proposing to her because I can't keep a secret. But like, don't piss me off. Yes, I can. I'm still very upset about. I got distracted. My bad. But you get the point.
Some of you talk too much. You need to stop talking, okay? Again, we love a good chatterbox. We love a girl with the goss. Reserve that for people you trust. Reserve that for your besties. There's a time and a place, right? Nothing wrong oversharing with your bestie. That's okay. But oversharing in the workplace, baby. And then they'll say, oh my God, I don't know why my contract got terminated. Like, stop talking. And I think, again, this is one of the sort of behavioral conditionings of women in society for sure. I think there's just this inherent thing that we have as women that if we overshare, if we divulge in information, that will somehow create connection. Mm-hmm. And yes, to a degree, whilst that's true, but sometimes in the process, it can make you look quite stupid. So, you know what? I think what it fundamentally is having self-control. And I think obviously where biologically you might have struggles with that, i.e. if you're a little bit neurodivergent, whatever, I'm not talking to you, that's fine, you can't help it. But where you can help it, it's just down to self-control, really. And I think if you are ever tempted to overshare, go get a diary. Do some journaling every morning, 30 minutes. You'll feel great. You know, if you have to just get that thing off your chest and it's really itching you, go call your bestie. Mm-hmm. Get it out. Or even better, like me, I pay for someone to listen to my oversharing.
They have to.
Right? Like, go get a therapist. Does wonders.